If you're a business owner, it's important that you realise that waiting for business reviews to come in isn't the way forward. What you need to do is you need to make sure that you get reviews the right way. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that in today's video. It's interesting that 68% of consumers say that they check Google reviews on a business before making a purchase. So Google My Business reviews do have quite a weight when it comes to businesses and clients making decisions. So what can you do to increase your reviews and to make them so that they grow in the coming weeks ahead? Google My Business reviews have never been so important as they are today. So today I'm going to show you the most important and most effective way to get Google My Business reviews. So I'm Zane from Zanet Design, and I help businesses grow on the internet. So if you have a business, you're going to find this video particularly useful. So make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you click the alert button so you get the next video. And if you enjoy it, then give it a thumbs up. If you're not so worried, then give it a thumbs down. So first of all, we're going to look at how you can get Google My Business review links. So you need to have the right URL to attract your customers to get to the right place in the first place. Next, we're going to see how you can get Google My reviews themselves. Then we're going to see how Google benefits from having other reviews as well, like Facebook reviews. Making sure you've got plenty of Facebook reviews and positive comments will also affect Google's ranking of you when it comes to how you're ranking and how your reviews are viewed. And near the end of the video, we'll see how you can show your reviews off on your website in a simple and easy fix for your website. And also we'll look at how you can increase the likelihood of getting good reviews and reviews using the right keywords to attract the right traffic. So all these things are going to be really helpful. If you need reviews for your business website, then follow these tips today.
So how do you get Google review links? Well, it's pretty straightforward really. You just log into your Google My Business and you should find then on the right hand side, or certainly somewhere in the area, that you'll find where it says get more reviews. So you're just looking for that. Share your business profile and get new reviews from customers. Now Google wants you to get reviews, so this is a positive thing really. It could in the past have felt like people were trying hard to get people to do reviews. What Google isn't wanting is you to give incentives. So if you said to someone, I'm going to pay you £10 to give me a review, you'd be then breaking the rules that Google have outlined. But asking for genuine reviews from genuine customers, well, Google wants that. Google wants people to see fresh reviews on businesses. So this is a really important part. So how does it work? Well, if you click on Share Review Form, and it will then give you a review link that you can then copy. So if you click on it, that copies it. You can share it via email, you can share it on Facebook, WhatsApp or Twitter. So let's just take a copy of that, and we've now got that as a shortcut review. It uses Gpage, which is one of Google's little shortcuts, and then enables review. So how does that look if you were then going to use it as a review? So what I'll do here is I've got a spare window. I'm just going to enter that, and you'll see that it will log into Google Maps, and it then brings up a review box, and then you can choose what the star is that you want for the review of the person. You can write a little piece of information about them. And one of the things you want to encourage as well is when you ask people to write this review, do ask them to perhaps consider keywords that are relevant to your business. So for example, if you were a locksmith, you might want to mention how I was able to unlock the car, and words like unlock, locksmith, near me, those types of things, maybe the area that you cover. If they can include those things, then that'll be useful. In my case, as a web designer, then the word design's important. The word web's important to me as well. Reliability, customer service, all these things are good business words to use. So you might want to, in the request, you might want to ask them if they could perhaps put a few of those keywords that you're after in the review. And this is so important too. If you can get them to click on this and then upload a photo, especially of what you've just done, the business you've done, that all adds up to giving Google a clear understanding, and people do like seeing pictures, particularly if you're a restaurant. Then people love to see the pictures of the meals that you're about to eat. So I'm going to cancel that anyway. That's how it works, and that's how you can share it. But just a few other places you could put this on emails. So if you're writing an email, on some emails you can add a footer, or you can add a signature. So you might want to just add that at the end of an email and just say, like, if you enjoyed my services, so you've got your standard email, and if you enjoyed my services, then by all means, if you don't mind giving me a review, I'd really appreciate it. Now you might say, well, that surely encourages people to give bad reviews as well as good reviews, and that's true. But as you'll go to see in a moment when I review the ratings, having ratings that aren't perfect isn't a bad thing. So you might be keen to keep your 5.0, but don't be too worried about that. Having a mixed bag of reviews, as we'll go on to see in a moment, is also all part of it, and Google gets that as well. And even Google gets bad reviews, so it's worth bearing that in mind. Just a few other things as well. If you're into marketing and you've got Aweber, then consider, as you send out your next newsletter, ask your clients, those that have bought courses, those that enjoy subscribing to your newsletters, ask them for a review, and put that link that you've gained from here, give them that link as well to review. And the same with MailChimp as well. If you're running a business, you send out perhaps some information about products, then use that as well to review the products, or just review your particular business and how useful has it been, what you're doing, and how you're helping them. So there's a few ideas as to how you can use that link in an easy, simple way when you next contact your customers. So how do you get these reviews on your listing then in the first place? Well, apart from the fact we've seen the link, but how can you now show that on your website as well? Well, you notice here on my website, I can show that in the footer, and that's because I've got a plugin that does exactly that. So it takes the last two reviews and also shows this general score, and that can then show people the views. And again, I've got this section here which does the same. So this is in a web page, it just shows some current reviews, and again we've got this here. So sometimes it can be just a case of a screenshot. In this case it was a screenshot a while ago. This gives people an opportunity to look at it. So if I take a look on Google, and that takes them through, and they can then see the Google itself within its context. So that's another thing you can do. But the main widget I use is by Rich Plugins, and it's a Rich Plugins business review bundle. And there's a free section there which you can integrate into your WordPress website. So that you'll find is useful if you want to have it so it just appears here, and it's just literally a widget that appears within your footer. So that would be the way I'd go there. Now you may also want to find widgets that do this. This is this is a dentist that has the widget going across the page giving reviews as well. So that's quite a nice effect. And I'll tell you why this is so good is because they've also encouraged people to write a review. And what this does, this button here goes and actually links it straight through to that review there, that link there. So you just notice if I go to that, if I click on write a review, and it then goes to this dentist, and it opens up, and now it's ready for my review, ready for my information, and ready for my photo. So I think that's a really, really simple but great way. Let's just go back to the website. A great way of getting reviews, and you may want to consider adding that to your website. So that's not really too difficult, just adding a button that links through. You may be surprised how many people actually do that. And this is them there. They've got 293 Google reviews with a 4.8. And what's interesting is a study's been done that shows that when you ask for a review and you're proactive about it, you'll find you'll enjoy a higher rating. So even though you might run the risk of one or two people not giving you a review, but the average is 4.34 stars when you ask for it. And in this case, they've got 4.8 because they're proactively asking for reviews. So we mentioned Google My Business, but also Facebook is another important part of this process. So you notice here they've got Facebook reviews. They've also got other things that are more relevant to their business. 18 votes. If I click on that, and then if I click on reviews, So you see 43 people have given reviews here, and there's no rating as such from Facebook, but just the fact that when people give reviews, they're generally considered as being positive. I don't know quite how Facebook comes up with this 4.6 out of 5, but there you go. They give a rating, and you just notice then where it goes. Did you notice that? Go back to here. 4.6 out of 5, 18 votes. So it's interesting how these are beginning to show up on Google. So don't concentrate and focus all on Google reviews, even though that's probably the most important part of this. But just bear in mind, these also have an effect on how Google ranks you. So I just want to consider for a moment as well how you can improve on the amount of people that want to give you good reviews. So answer questions on forums and put then a link through. Do a good job for customers and help people. The more helpful you are, the more people are going to be willing to give you a positive review. Offer free reviews maybe, or offer perhaps free products if you can, and just ask people then if they're happy with the product to do a review afterwards. And show website reviews, show that button as we saw, become an authority in your area, even using Google My Business Marketing Kit. Have you tried that? Let's just go there and I'll just show you that. So the way it works is you just enter your business name into Google's marketing area. So Zanet Design for me, and then literally it will customize exactly what types of things you can get for free. So if I click on here, and you'll see that there's all sorts of things here. Ask for support, so you can ask for support if you're a business struggling at the moment. And as you go through here, you'll see things like follow us, but you'll also notice things like this, review us. And if you print this off, it will give people the opportunity to review you as well. So that's something to consider. And if I go down here as well, you'll see some of the reviews we've had. They come up, they can be printed off, and you can potentially print all this off and get it printed off in high quality. So that's Google My Business Marketing Kit .withgoogle.com, which I'll put a link to down below. You're not allowed to give incentives to get reviews out of people, and certainly don't go around buying reviews. These things are not going to do you any good whatsoever. Just one more thing to cover with you as well is that bear in mind that not everyone is going to be giving good reviews. So here we've got 2,900, nearly 3,000 reviews here, 4.6. Let's just go into these reviews and just analyse a couple of things here. So this is talking about Bournemouth Parks, Lower Gardens, so it's a local park to me, and you'll see here that this has got a nice review, some lovely pictures as well, 5 stars, so lots and lots of people here giving 5-star reviews. But you notice if I go to lowest rating, here we've got people giving 1-star reviews. Good park with 1 star, overpriced food 1 star, nice place 1 star. So I think the problem you've got here is you have people that perhaps don't always review it correctly. People just want to put up a review. Some people can even cause problems. They just really don't get it. Sometimes it can just be a genuine mistake. So there's all sorts of reasons why. And Google gets that as well. So having 4.6 with 3,000 reviews is a very positive sign. So don't be hung up on each review. One of the other things as well, of course, which I've mentioned in previous videos, is make sure that you always reply to reviews. That might be somewhat difficult when you've got that many reviews, but do reply to reviews, good or bad, because that also can have a very positive effect. Bearing in mind that, as we said right from the outset, that 68% of consumers say that they're likely to check reviews before they purchase or visit a business. Now, just a couple of other little things to bear in mind. Can you remove bad reviews? Well, no, there's no way of doing that currently. So whether it's on Facebook, on Google, on Yelp, TripAdvisor, Yale, or wherever it is, there's no real way of getting rid of bad reviews. But how you handle them, that's one of the key things, is just make sure you handle things well, handle things professionally, and respond to reviews straight away. And that's a good signal for Google too. And what else can you do? Well, you can just make sure that when you reply, use some keywords, If you can ask them to include photos when they've done a review, that's always good. And ultimately, when you put all these things together, then hopefully you'll have a successful campaign of marketing and building up reviews that are going to really benefit your business long term. Because of course, once someone's done a review, it's there for years to come. So positive reviews collected over a period of time is a great signal to Google, but it's also a great signal to your potential customers. So stop waiting for Google My Business reviews to come along and do this instead.